The abuse started to show about 5, 6 months in.
Like what? What was some of the signs?
He would clench his fists when we were arguing. And I'd be like, "Are you tensing up? Like, why are you balling up your fists while we're arguing?" I wasn't balling up my fist. I didn't do that. And making it seem like I'm just making this up. Stuff like that. He had muscles and stuff. So he would tense up. He would like he was arguing with a man on the street. Stuff like that. He would put his hands on me, like if I'm trying to leave to de-escalate the situation, he would grab me and make me stay. Then the grabs turned into punching. Then the punching turned into choking.
Wow.
Yeah.
When did you decide to make a stand for yourself? I mean, eventually you have to look around your surroundings and be like, you know what, this shit just isn't right.
That's exactly what the hell happened. I looked around my surroundings. I looked in the mirror and I couldn't even see myself. I didn't look the same. You could see the depression. You could see the sadness. And I just would look. I've always been a bright child. I've always been very smart. I started to lose my identity and I didn't fuck with that. So I said, so I waited till he went to work and I acted like I was cleaning up. I really was packing my shit. And so when he went to work, by the time he got out working and got home, I was gone. I said, no, let me leave before I have kids by this man. And I make the same mistakes my mother did.
Damn.
And make an abusive man a father.
Mm-hmm.
But the last thing, yeah.
But did you have a lot of dysfunction? Like when you start to wake up and see what was going on, who could you really go to? I mean,
I didn't have anyone to go to.
Yeah. Who do you want to go into?
I didn't have anyone to go to. So that's why I stayed for so long, because I didn't have anywhere else to go. And that's the point. People be like, why these women stay? Because most of the time, these men that's beating on these women, they know they don't have nowhere else to go. That's why they do that. They know they don't have a support system. Mm-hmm. So all I had was God. I literally left off the strength of God. And I trusted God to carry me where I needed to go.
Is this where
that's all I had.
Amen.
No, I went back to my family, and when my family was picking with me and fucking with me, I left, and that's when I became homeless because I couldn't take it no more. I left one abusive home, went to another. I'm going back and forth from. I said, well, fuck it, I might as well be homeless. So yeah, that's where it came in.
How long were you homeless?
About 2 years.
What did you do? How did you survive?
I stayed with people that I barely knew, like female co-workers that I didn't know for a long time. I rented a room from this man, and that's how I ended up drugged. I put in there that I was drugged. Yeah. He drugged me because I wouldn't have sex with him. I stayed in group homes. The shelters were so packed, I couldn't stay in the shelter. I slept in my car sometimes, and I worked 2 jobs and got my first apartment. And I'm sitting in my first apartment. I worked my ass off.
Here's a dude that drugged you.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you know you was drugged?
Because I was hallucinating. And because I never had a mental health problem. Because I was really hallucinating out of it. And once I came back to my senses, because when you're drugged, you don't know you're drugged. And then I was able to reflect and seeing the timeline from when I stayed with him. And that's when I started acting like that. And then it was right after I rejected him for sex. That's when it happened to me.
So
also,
how did the drugs wind up getting introduced to you?
So it's a lot of things. So he has it to where I cannot eat upstairs, right? Mm-hmm. So I can't eat upstairs. So anytime that I had food and I couldn't finish it, I would put it in the refrigerator. Mm-hmm. I could not eat upstairs. I could not have my own refrigerator and lock it up and stuff. Then there was a lot of stuff that was happening around that time. He started bullying. On the lease, he could not go into my room without permission. He knew I didn't have nowhere else to go to. So he would go in my room without permission. He would go through my things. He would take my clothes out of the dryer and put them on the floor. And he started stomping around the house after I rejected him. He started to intimidate me. And then I was begging my mother to let me leave. And I told her I would pay her, I would work hard. And it got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And then I was drugged.
Holy shit. Did you press charges?
I tried to. At the time I became homeless, it was too much. I couldn't pursue it legally because I'm trying to figure out where the hell I'm going to stay.
And then they probably would have said it's your word against his.
Probably.
Now,
I believe I still can, but just after, it's just a lot. It's a lot.